They are playing the Brazilian national team, the Indiana Fever, making their way to Iowa to take on the Brazilians. And guess what? It's sold out in 42 minutes. Tickets going on sale, and we're going to have a packed house. And it didn't take very long for us to realize that. 15,000 plus seats sold out in 42 minutes.
WNBA players are on full meltdown mode, Caitlin Clark, and the Indiana Fever just sold out a preseason game against Brazil, and some of these vets are punching the air like they're shadow boxing for a title fight. Some players screamed it's just hype before checking Ticketmaster. To see her empty arena, the salt is real, the jealousy is loud, and the haters devastated. Let's break it down.
The Fever are playing in Iowa, and the game sold out in literally, like, it didn't matter how long it took to sell out, you couldn't even get in. If you were there, you probably didn't get a ticket. I would say there were 15,000 tickets. Obviously, I think Iowa season ticket holders got first dibs, which is right if they did. And then you're looking at a situation where basically no Fever fans got them. It's a preseason game. This is a preseason game, and it's sold out in about 10 seconds.
Caitlin Clark didn't just join the WNBA. She's already running at the Indiana Fever's first preseason game, sold out in an hour, 1 hour. That's not just a sellout. That's a stampede. Scalpers are probably out here rubbing their hands like Birdman flipping Fever tickets, like their Taylor Swift VIP passes. Meanwhile, over in Chicago, Angel Reese and Sky are also gearing up for a preseason matchup against some Brazil's national team. That's cool, I guess, but here's the problem: tickets are still sitting. They're like untouched, collecting virtual dust on Ticketmaster.
And I'm gonna treat myself, man. Yeah, no, I'm going alone. I'm not gonna take anybody with me. If you want to come, you got to come yourself. It's $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Asia Wilson, man, commanding $19.
Now, let's put this into perspective. Caitlin Clark and the Fever are playing a regular WNBA team that actually exists in the league, and people couldn't wait to snatch up those tickets. On the other hand, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky are playing a team that most casual basketball fans couldn't name a single player from, and yet the ticket sale are looking like a failed Kickstarter campaign.
Such is the Caitlin Clark effect. And you know that the home faithful back in Iowa are going to be pumped up to see her back in the state where she made her name. 42 minutes. That's like back in the day when Rolling Stones tickets would go on sale. You try to go on Ticketmaster, they're gone. Taylor Swift is Swifty territory when you're selling out in 42 minutes.
And the best part, the price difference. Caitlin's game, you better have your credit card ready, because those resale prices are creeping up faster than rent in California. Meanwhile, Chicago Sky tickets. Let's just say if you got $20 in a dream, you might end up courtside next to the mascot. The funniest part is Angel Reese and her crew have been doing a lot of talking lately, a lot nonstop. You'd think they were dropping a mixtape, but how? Much promotion they've been doing. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark hasn't even said much. She just exists, and boom, sold out arenas.
Oh, I ran across the Chicago Sky versus Brazil women's expedition game before the season, right? And these tickets are starting at $28 to get in, which is crazy to me. $28 to get in. That is wild. This is an expedition game, and you're telling me it's going to cost $28 for me to get in? I mean, I could get in 31, 38. I mean, all over. I mean, a lot of these tickets are crazy. But I'm just like, it's not even about the price for me. I'm just thinking about, like, I'm comparing the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky, because they said that it was like Me Too. Like, you guys are watching women's basketball because of Me Too.
And let's be real, this isn't just a one-time thing. The Fever's games are the hottest tick in the league, while Angel Reese and the Sky are struggling to get people in the door. What does that say? Maybe the fans know something the hype can't cover. Maybe watching actual elite basketball is more appealing than empty slogans and media-trained onliners. Even Asia Wilson, who, let's be honest, acts like she invented basketball, has been throwing shade at Caitlin, trying to downplay her impact. But let's check the scoreboard. The Indiana Fever are moving tickets like they're the Beatles in 1964. Meanwhile, Asia's team, the Aces, are out here handing out 2-for-1 deals like the fast food drive to the reality is Caitlin Clark is him, or her, whatever you want to call it, she's the one. And the numbers don't lie if you're still in denial. Go check those ticket sites. Caitlin's game sold out. Angel Reese's game, a friendly reminder that supply is much greater than demand.
I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I'm still surprised because Indiana Fever preseason, not even like preseason, exhibition game with the Indiana Fever are going to play the Brazilian national team at Cover Hockey Arena, Caitlin's college facility.
The NBA players really thought they were immune to the Caitlin Clark effect. They really sat there, looked at ticket sales going through the roof, and thought, oh, that's just a fluke. But reality hit them like a brick wall. And the receipts are nasty, because it ain't just Angel Reese getting humbled. Asia Wilson is getting cooked too. Let's start with Angel Reese. She was out here talking spicy about how she's the reason people are watching. She had fans hyped up thinking her games would be selling out. But ticket sales said try again. The Chicago Sky expected to ride the Reese wave to the bank. But the only thing they got was empty seats and discounted tickets. It's so bad that seats are going for less than a McDonald's combo meal. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has people emptying their pockets just to stand in the building.
The tickets were supposed to go on sale Friday morning, but they're sold out. So I really don't know what they're going to do about this. I guess it's just kind of like one of those missed opportunities. And, you know, a lot of people are saying they need to move this to a stadium because there's no doubt in Iowa, if you move this to a stadium, it would be sold out.
And then there's Asia Wilson. Oh, Asia really thought she was above the slander. She's been the WNBA's golden child for years. But guess what? The ticket prices don't lie. AC's tickets are plummeting faster than Angel Reese's three-point percentage. We're talking about a two-time MVP, a champion, the so-called face of the league. And yet her games are looking real affordable these days. Meanwhile, every time Caitlin Clark steps on the court, the entire arena turns into the Super Bowl, and these WNBA players keep trying to act like Caitlin Clark isn't the reason the league is finally making money. It's all of us. They say, oh, really? Then why were tickets dirt cheap last year? Why weren't resellers making a fortune off of WNBA games before? Why did nobody care when Asia Wilson was winning MVPs? But now the moment Caitlin Clark enters the league, ticket prices explode them almost like she's the one bringing in the fans.
You want to come, you got to come yourself. The $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Asia Wilson, man, commanded $19. And listen, man, if you really want to get jazzy, I mean, if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, if you want to wear your mink coat.
But no, they don't want to admit it. They'd rather convince them so people are suddenly waking up to their greatness. Meanwhile, teams are bending over backward to schedule their home games against the Indiana Fever just to cash in, because they know without Caitlin Clark, nobody's buying tickets. And Angel Ree and Asia Wilson are learning that the hard way. They wanted to believe the hype. They wanted to act like people were here to see them, and now they're watching. Caitlin Clark sell out entire arenas while their own games have buy one get 5 free deals. Asia Wilson can win as many championships as she wants Angel Reese can talk as much as she wants, but the truth isn't the money. And right now the money is saying Caitlin Clark is the only one who moves a needle.
A lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was number one.
So A'ja Wilson really thinks she's changed the WNBA, huh? That's cute. Meanwhile, the ticket prices to watch her and the Las Vegas Aces are dropping faster than Angel Reese's shooting percentage of seats are going for less than $20. Yes, you read that right, $20. That's not even the price PR of a decent burger and fries in Vegas. But it'll get you a front row seat to see the so-called face of the league. But wait, weren't we? Just told the Aces are a dynasty back-to-back champs, super team the future of the WNBA. Yeah, so why are people treating their tickets like free samples at Costco? The only time ticket prices drop this low is when nobody cares, and judging by the resale market, AC's tickets are fighting for attention harder than Angel Reese in a post-game press conference.
One topic in sports, the face of the WNBA, Caitlin Clark. Every time this woman steps on the court, she's doing something that we've never seen before. She is officially the face of the league. There's no doubt about it. The numbers don't lie, whether it's viewership, whether it's ticket attendance. She's doing sold out dates.
The funniest part, A'ja Wilson is out here talking like she revolutionized the game, like she's this era's Michael Jordan girl. If you're the reason the WNBA is booming, why are your team's tickets cheaper than a pack of gum? Caitlin Clark hasn't even played a single WNBA game yet, and her college games were selling out arenas at NBA level prices. Meanwhile, the reigning MVP can't even get people to pay more than a gas station hot dog to see her play. And don't even try this Vegas, there's too much to do. Excuse the Golden Knights have no problem selling out the Raiders. They could be terrible and their tickets still cost an arm and a leg. But somehow the Aces, the self-proclaimed queens of the WNBA, can't get more than a couple of tourists who lost all their gambling money and just need something cheap to do before their flight home.
Look at the price of these tickets. This is like right after the tickets went on sale. So no good seats. $1,142 for a not very good seat. I'm guessing 10 grand minimum courtside to go see Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's out here doing economic stimulus plans for the WNBA. Teams aren't just preparing for her arrival. They're literally moving arenas to fit the crowds. She brings the Indiana Fever, could play in an abandoned parking lot, and it would still somehow sell out because Caitlin Clark fans would bring their own chairs just for a chance to see her shoot from the logo. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky looked at their usual stadium and said, oh no, this ain't going to work. Wintrust Arena too small. They had to book the United Center, doubling the capacity just to keep up with the Caitlin Clark demand. Let that sink, and a whole team had to relocate for one player's arrival. Has any WNBA team ever done that before? Nope. Did they do it when Angel reigned? Nope. Because let's be honest, no one's moving to a bigger venue to watch Angel Reese's 5 missed layups in a press conference about how it's bigger than basketball.
Yeah, I think I saw the ticket prices. I guess the only thing is, I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade.
Sheila Johnson, yes, I need to bring her here because she's among the haters of good things coming to WNBA. I mean, the Mystics' big boss really thought she was spitting facts with that little PSA about Caitlin Clark. She went full motivational speaker mode, preaching about how the media needs to stop obsessing over Caitlin and start hyping up the rest of the WNBA. Cute, right? Fast forward a few weeks, plot twist, the Mystics are suddenly packing their bags and upgrading to a bigger arena. And why? Oh, just a little thing called the Caitlin Clark money machine. So let me get this straight. When it's about giving props, Caitlin's just one of the girls, but when it's time to secure the bag, she's a WNBA's V-meal ticket. Sheila blinked twice. If you need help picking aid, if this was really about supporting all players, y'all wouldn't have waited until Caitlin's fan base rolled up with their wallets open.
So last night we read Time magazine where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have. Because when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings. And so now you're starting to hear stories of racism within the WNBA. And
Asia Wilson is out here talking about we need to market more than just one player. Okay, cool. But are you selling out arenas at the rate, Caitlin? Is our teams changing zip codes for your games? The Aces could hold a game in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip, and there would still be empty seats unless Caitlin Clark was on the opposing team in reality. Is the WNBA has never seen a player move the needle like this ticket prices are. Skyrocketing when Caitlin comes to town, StubHub is treating fever. Games like it's a Super Bowl. And let's not forget the WNBA ski to makers of second Caitlin got drafted. They probably went into full panic mode. They gave the Fever more nationally televised games than anybody. Meanwhile, teams with established stars are just sitting there watching their game stream to an audience of 12 people and a house cat.
Caitlin Clark is a hell of a basketball player. As well as that, I don't know if there's been a player that's been under as much scrutiny as her ever handle like the spotlight and handle the stuff like that as well as Caitlin Clark has.
With haters everywhere, Caitlin Clark is out here making WNBA history. And some folks are big mad about it. She's breaking records, selling out arenas, and getting more TV ratings in an NBA playoff game. Let's be real, Caitlin, is the reason your uncle suddenly knows what a 3C violation is. Ticket prices are skyrocketing, jersey sales are through the roof, and yet some players are acting like she's ruining the league. No, sweetie, she's saving it. The truth hurts, but Caitlin's doing what no one else could, making the WNBA relevant, and whether they like it or not.
You want to come, you got to come yourself. It's $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Asia Wilson, man, commanding $19. And listen, man, if you really want to get jazzy, I mean, if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, if you want to wear your meat coat.
And then there's Asia Wilson. Oh, Asia really thought she was above the slander. She's been the WNBA's golden child for years. But guess what? The ticket prices don't lie. AC's tickets are plummeting faster than Angel Reese's three-point percentage. We're talking about a two-time MVP, a champion, the so-called face of the league. And yet her games are looking real affordable these days. Meanwhile, every time Caitlin Clark steps on the court, the entire arena turns into the Super Bowl, and these WNBA players keep trying to act like Caitlin Clark isn't the reason the league is finally making money. It's all of us. They say, oh, really? Then why were tickets dirt cheap last year? Why weren't resellers making a fortune off of WNBA games before? Why did nobody care when Asia Wilson was winning MVPs? But now the moment Caitlin Clark enters the league, ticket prices explode them, almost like she's the one bringing in the fans.